I have some bad news. Matt
What?
is going to be doing this without drinking.
Oh, yeah. I just have coffee.
He's not going to be funny. He's not going to be funny at all.
Because it'd be very weird if you were drinking alcohol at this time.
Jesus, that mug is intense.
That's my Christmas mug. It's Krampus.
That's your Krampus mug. I tell you, you wouldn't want to get stoned and have a cup of tea. You'd be like, what are you looking at?
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
That was a gift for Christmas last year.
Amazing.
We're coming up to Christmas. It's very soon, actually.
That's why I'm using the mug, Luke.
No, I think you're using it too soon. I think you should be waiting at least one more week.
Nope.
Yeah.
My tree's up. The wreath's on my door.
The truth is, I was getting coffee, and I was like, well, I need a mug for the show. Which one am I going to choose?
What mug's a talking point?
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's have a look. And
My team is getting upset with me. All the other teams around our area are putting up Christmas decorations. My team not allowed to put up a thing until the 1st.
Right.
You're one of those bosses.
I don't like Christmas. And I also
you're one
hate
of those
putting up
humans.
Decorations.
You don't like Christmas.
No.
Well,
Start recording first.
we are recording.
We are recording.
Oh, okay. Is this the show? Has this been the show the whole time?
Yes. So the reason I hate decorations is everyone
you hate
gets
Christmas.
super into it. They put up all these decorations and then they go on leave. Does anyone come back the first
Christmas
week?
leave.
No. I'm the first one to come back into the office. Who has to take all the shit down? Me.
You could leave it.
No, it annoys me.
Oh, see, again, this sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, if everyone else is in the spirit of it, and there's just
Yeah.
fucking the Grinch pulling the tinsel down.
Oh, everybody's bringing gifts. Guess who has to receive them? Me.
No, I'm fine with receiving gifts.
I guess I'll drink all this eggnog, will I?
Oh, I made some more eggnog.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Did you have to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
more already?
Yeah, I have to make another batch because we have a Yule party every year.
Does
It's gonna get
eggnog
drunk.
go off? I don't know. I've never had any.
You're going to make
The
that
eggnog
little
I
log
make-
that you got to bash
Yeah.
for presents, yeah? Nice.
Yeah, oh, yeah, kagatia, but also I'm going to make a cake log for Yule and everything. But the nog I make is it's Alton Brown recipe for aged eggnog.
Ooh, for
that
aged
has
people.
It's got so much booze in it that you can age it for. It's he says preferably at least 2 weeks, up to a year. Could be longer, but be careful. Jimmy, my friend, made it, and we drank it. I think 2 years later, and we survived.
Ooh. Wow.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it had a funny aftertaste at that point. Just a slight little aftertaste, I think, but like it was still good.
But you soldiered on.
And then not just we drank it at the place we do trivia at the brewery. So a lot of people drank it,
You
and all
take
lived
your own drinks to the brewery.
under special circumstances.
But eggnog's not really an Australian thing. It's more of an American and Europe thing,
Sure.
isn't it?
We did used to
Maybe
get
it's when it needs to be
at
cold.
Woolies.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's one of those northern
That's fair.
hemisphere things. You don't want to
drink
drink
it cold, though.
anything eggy on a summer day,
On a hot
That's
summer day.
actually you're right.
hot or
You're
cold.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I did used to when I was there when it was available, but more for
Yeah,
the
I had the odd nog.
more for the vibe, not for the like. Oh, I feel like something really thick.
Yeah, something thick and eggy.
Yeah. What is it? 40 degrees. Yeah.
What if scrambled eggs was a drink?
That also
First
got
time
you
I tried
drunk.
to make it was Dan. You have to pasteurize the eggs.
I'm disappointed. I'm going to
Manually.
protest. You should next week. I'll let you get away with it. This week I'm upset. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm gonna
But
leave
next
it
week
now.
would... Oh, right, I see. Right, I thought you were saying this week you'll let it get away with it. Next week you
No.
can come down hard. But
No.
next week it'll be allowed. Right. I
Next
see.
week it's
Yeah.
allowed. Next week I won't be complaining. If we don't talk about it now, we just let it go.
Well, just speaking of Christmas, Jenna's been and Jordan, her sister, have been watching Christmas movies.
The
They do this
unofficial
every year.
ranking of the Christmas movies.
Well, I did, yeah, that I've now learned is unofficial because as we discussed last time, they just told me, "Oh, this is Christmas movie of the year," and I assumed there was an authority.
Congratulations, everybody.
They are the authority.
Involved. So we watched it, and I said, "Okay, what was the Christmas movie of the year last year?" And they said, "Oh, we've only started doing it this year." And I was like, "What? You decided?" Yeah,
Well, someone's got to decide.
right. So they've been watching Christmas movies, and I went. So Thursdays, I think Jordan comes around, and then, so when I'll go out, and then I was like, "Oh, this is a movie with a certain actress in it." Okay, haven't seen her in a while.
All grown up.
Come back in here, do some work, go back out. I feel like the movie must have ended at this point. Like they're into another movie. She's still in it. I'm like, that's confused. And then the next time, I'm like, it's her again. And then I was like, are they doing this on purpose? Do they know that this is a
Turn you
meme?
on. Yeah.
this is a Matt meme. So yeah, if you click through, you'll find that a certain actress by the name of Lacey Chabert does a lot of Christmas movies now.
Yeah.
That's a strange niche, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
she sort of
get
did
what you
Lost
can
in
take.
Space and then disappeared. And now we
Right.
found her.
And there's one. So one of these is this one, A Merry Scottish Christmas.
I could get into that.
Also stars Scott Wolf.
Oh,
And
Party
and
of Five reunion.
Right. So I walk out and I'm getting a cup of coffee or whatever, and I look up and I'm like, oh, she's not supposed to be dating her brother in this, is she? and they both look at me like, how did you know that they were brother and sister in this movie?
Oh.
And I said,
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
oh, okay, that's good. I see what they've done there. And then they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like,
Oh.
Party of Five.
Wait, your wife and her sister are too young to know Party of Five.
They know what it is, but I guess they didn't think of it. And then they were like, oh, yeah. But
I mean,
yeah.
Scott Wolf,
instantly
you're either
knew
thinking
what
of
was going
Party
on.
of Five or the Double Dragon movie. I mean, he's not in a lot.
But I am
right.
kind of happy that they did go, their brother and sister, not tried to go. We've got both of them, love interest.
Yeah.
I was instantly like, oh, they didn't, did they? That's not on. That's incest.
The
Also-
two biggest stars in Singapore and TV and music are brother and sister in real life, and they constantly get asked to play a couple on screen.
Oh.
And they
People
always
keep
turn it down. They're like,
shocking
we will not be doing that. And they're like, no, just acting. And they're like, not going to act it.
No.
Not going to do it.
You should find that a couple you made kiss at Fox Studios.
Yeah. I wonder if they're still together.
I don't know, it's sort of a shame. I didn't mind Lacey, but Hallmark Christmas movies is where she ended up.
I'm sure it pays well.
Yeah, maybe she likes
Mate,
it.
I tell you though, wasted opportunity. If I ever make a movie again, it's going to be set at Christmas. Because if you set a movie at Christmas, you're guaranteed people will watch it at least once a year at Christmas time. Your movie will just be on.
They stagger the release of these things now on Netflix, like because they've looked up the release schedule.
Right.
Jordan, so they know what's coming. And like there was one this week about a guy who gets co-opted into stripping at the star of the movie's family's bar because it's not doing well, and that's the
So
Please
that's
tell me
only
that's
to
the
say
Scott
that he
Wolf
starts
one.
stripping.
He was always in good shape.
I don't know who's in these movies except for her. But yeah, anyway, that's what's going on in my house.
Yeah, I'm just playing all the things. She does one a year.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
sometimes two. I think.
that's great. Power to you. I'm glad she's still getting regular work, even if regular is once a year.
But I will be honest, the last thing I actually really remember her in was Lost in Space.
I think
Wasn't
she's
she in
the
a
Mean Girls
Euro
movie.
trip or something?
No,
Like
that
she's-
was...
Oh, yeah, Mean Girls was before. Oh, was it?
No,
No,
Mean
maybe
Girls
it was
was
around-
after.
I feel
No,
like
she was...
I've
Eurotrip was...
probably seen
Mean Girls. Mean Girls is
Buffy.
very good. Mean Girls is very funny.
Here we go. Let's have a look. IMDb.
Oh, yes. Am I thinking of... Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am. Thinking of Trachtenberg, the other Lolita.
Oh, sure,
From
sure.
around the
All
same
in the
time.
same room as Whedon.
Wow. She's done quite a
Yeah,
lot, actually.
It's not good.
I don't think I've seen all these. She's in The Lion King 2.
Okay.
There's another American Tail movie called The Treasure of Manhattan Island. Never heard of it.
I thought it
American
was
Tail was
something
good. And the sequel, Fievel Goes West, was also
Yeah.
quite good.
Did not know there was
There's a
third
fourth one, American Tail: The Mystery of the Night Monster. She's in that.
I bet Spielberg wasn't directing at that point. I bet he was like, someone else can do these.
She's in Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare. Who was... That's a
Murphy.
wrestler or something, right?
That's
Eddie
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, no, it's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to talk about a wrestler.
We can talk about a wrestler anytime.
Talk
Your
about a
favourite
I used to
wrestler, Luke?
like. No,
What's
not
going on with the
anymore.
wrestler?
What about when the live-action Moana comes out? Will you give him another
I
chance
haven't
then?
even seen the first one.
Oh, Moana's good. Moana's very good.
That's good. Yeah.
I've heard it's good, but yeah, it's not for me.
I mean, probably not.
There's some controversy around Mr. The Rock.
I think
Mr. Rock.
the controversy
Mr.
is
The
coming
Rock.
from him and him just talking shit.
No. This was there were some complaints made, complaints made about his behaviour on the set of this Red One Christmas movie.
Oh.
So this is also topical.
Is
this
it a
movie
Christmas
just came
movie,
out.
or is it just set at Christmas?
No, it's
It's a Christmas movie.
Christmas movie because he's got to go save Santa.
Yeah,
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Tim and Chris Evans. And there were some rumours going around, people complaining, interns and whatnot, or runners or whatever, complaining that he's so busy that he would just piss in bottles on set and
just-
have people dispose of them.
Oh, here, take this.
He'd be like, "Yeah, hang on, just give me a minute. There you go. Could you just get rid of that for me?" And he wanted to clear it up, so he did in an interview. He did clear it up. He said, "Yeah, I did do that."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
And that's all he said. He said,
sorry
he said,
about that,
yeah.
or nah, yeah, that's something I do.
This
yeah.
is a quote, this is apparently all he would say about it. I pee in a bottle. Yeah, that happens. Let's move on. So yeah, and then on the topic of him showing up late, which was also something people complained about, showing up late and.
But he's
also-
always working in on top of everything.
Well, apparently holding everything up is what you meant
Oh.
to say. And
I thought he was
and-
like Mr. Diligent. I thought he
No,
was
I
like...
think he's doing
Too big for his
many
boots
things
now.
now.
Right.
Yeah, right. And he said,
Like selling
it-
his tequila or whatever it is that he's...
Yeah.
makes more money off than his movies.
Someone said he was 8 hours late.
That's pretty late.
which is
If I was
quite a
8
lot.
hours for late, that'd basically just be the next day.
Yeah. And he's on that topic. He said, 8 hours is a bananas amount. I don't think that's true, but I was late.
Don't get me wrong. Like on a schedule like this, couldn't 8 hours lead to like 2 days lost type of thing with what you've set up
Yeah.
and people you got scheduled and
Especially when
Other
you're
things?
The Rock. Like if I was 8 hours late to a set, they'd be like, was Dan not here? Like when The Rock's not there and you're expecting The Rock to be there, that's money.
You can't do you can't make a movie without the
Yeah.
guy who's in the movie.
Just have you guys both still not seen Jungle Cruise?
no.
I've not seen
It
Jungle
is
Cruise.
better than it has any right to be.
Look, I really did used to like The Rock, but I don't know.
when it
just-
opens and you can hear a Metallica riff playing and you're like, huh, this movie might be for me after all.
Why is Metallica in this?
But I don't know. He's just been
There's a fair
over
bit
the
of
last-
Metallica in it, Matt.
Last
Okay.
few years, he's just been getting more and more. Look at me, look at me, look at me,
Yeah.
and focused on him, not.
I've noticed a big shift. It used to be very positive, all the news about him and
Yeah.
everything like
Yes,
that. And then now it's kind
definitely.
of everyone's, he's lost a bit of the goodwill there.
Yeah. Huh.
Like, I have a different favorite wrestler now.
Who is
Okay.
it? Who do you like
Yeah.
now?
Who do you
John
like?
Cena, is it?
John Cena.
It's not Jake
Yeah.
Paul, is it?
No, God no. John Cena. John Cena has
Cena.
sort of replaced. He's sort of where, to me, John Cena is now where The Rock was 10 years ago, type of thing.
I like Luke's favorite wrestlers aren't wrestlers anymore.
I don't want
And Luke's
wrestling.
favourite actors are also
Your
not really
favorite
actors.
former wrestler
Yeah,
is what you meant to
yeah.
say.
But no, because The Rock, he's still going back to wrestling.
Well, it's
He's
because
still-
Luke doesn't watch wrestling, Matt.
Yeah, good point.
He's
But he does
only
watch
got to have
movies.
seen them in movies. And Luke doesn't even watch that many movies. He's
No,
been
I
in
watched
just as many
3
movies
movies.
as he's seen.
At one point, was Andre the Giant your favorite? He was mine for a while.
Yeah. Hollywood
yeah,
Hulk Hogan.
It would have been Hulk Hogan,
yeah.
Andre the Giant, and then who else did movies? Until The Rock came along.
Yeah, right. And even when The Rock did come
Rowdy
along,
Roddy Piper.
Did he do
When
a
The Rock
movie?
did Scorpion
Yeah, he was in
King,
They Live.
I was like, oh
yeah.
funny, a wrestler's in a movie. We'll never see that again.
I still laugh at the fact
He
there was a
stuck around.
possibility that The Rock could have been in Always Sunny at the one stage. He could have been that wrestler.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
that-
He was. They were talking about him being that wrestler, and they went, "Nah, he's too
Yeah, right.
big for that." But that was on the books for it.
Literally too big.
But no, I think everything's just gone to his head, and it's sort of like I don't know, a bit like Kevin Smith as well.
Oh.
Like really used to like Kevin Smith, but now he's
Wait,
also
you've gone off Kevin Smith.
See, I know, and he's met Kevin Smith, right?
You've gone off Kevin Smith. I never thought that would happen.
Well, I do actually want to see his most
you
recent
lied your way
movie.
onto his podcast.
I do want to see his most recent movie, but
And
it's
into his
also
heart.
everything I see on social media. It's all
Really?
him talking himself
I've-
up type of thing.
I see.
don't
I
know.
find he can be quite self-deprecating though, because like I've heard him describe himself as like the most famous non-successful person in the world. Like
Yeah.
he's like, none of my movies have made any money. None of the comic books I've tried to get off the ground have happened.
Yeah. Okay. For someone who lives in Hollywood, makes lots of movies, can get a movie made at the drop of a hat, I don't feel sorry for these people who go, yeah,
fair
most
enough.
unsuccessful, successful person. Like, you're successful.
Turned on him so much. Listen to the way he's talking about him
Yeah, no sympathy for him.
now. These guys, fuck them.
This fucking Hollywood bigwigs. He
Rock,
made
Kevin
Clerks
Smith.
at night where he worked.
That's when I liked him.
The
Lot
reason the
more,
shutters are down is because if he opened them up, you'd be able to tell it was nighttime.
Right. Let's
Fuck
talk about
you, Kevin
people I
Smith.
like, maybe then.
Well, do you want to hear about somebody who's mentioned you twice this week?
Who?
My daughter has mentioned you twice this week, Luke. The
Really?
first time was the other day before yesterday, when she said, "Have you spoken to your brother lately?" And I was like, "My brother? No." And she was like, "Oh, you haven't talked to him on the screen with the microphone?" And I realised she meant you.
Yeah, right.
And then today, I didn't clear it up or anything, but then she seems to have gotten it sorted out, because today she says to me, "How's your friend?" And I said, "Which friend?" And she says to me, "Your one friend." And then she goes, "Luke." And I was like, I didn't even know you knew his name. But Matt, for context,
editing.
the last two times it was just been me and Luke, Harper has come into
Yep.
the room. So I think she
yeah.
just thinks that once a week Luke and I just get online and chat.
Yep. And we talk
Me
to
too.
our only friend.
Well, we do. Yeah. Yeah.
I was editing and had Final Cut open, and it was the episode recently where it was just Luke and I had it up, and then Lyra came in, and then she was just poking around or whatever, and then Jenna came in to grab her, and Jenna said, "Oh, do you know who that is on the screen?" And she goes, "Daddy's friend. I don't know." All right.
Well, I know which one of your daughters is getting a present.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
While we're on daughters, though, I'll just something amazing happened this week, and I laughed, and I've continued to laugh at it every day since. And it just goes to prove something that years and years ago, a great comedian said to me that there's no such thing as a new joke, just a new audience. And that was
Right.
proven to me this week when Harper saw something on TV that shocked her and made her laugh, and she has not stopped going on about it since. Do you know what she saw? She saw someone slip on a banana peel. And it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. She's like, "You slipped on a banana peel of all things." And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So she constantly pretends. Anytime she slips for real, she'll like, "Whoa, was there a banana peel there?" Like, she thinks it's the most original and funniest thing she's ever seen.
Not one of the oldest jokes since there's
Yeah.
been television.
Yeah,
and
staple
white
of
television.
Scooby-Doo episodes and
Yep.
whatever else.
Should get her into some Scooby-Doo. Maybe she'll like it.
I thought about that, actually, yeah.
I've got,
Teach her
I've got some show
that the
and
real
tell.
monsters are human beings.
Always. I've got some show and tell. What we're talking about, kids.
Speaking about real monsters.
So before Christmas, obviously, it's Thanksgiving here. Thanksgiving's coming up
that's
this week.
This week, isn't it? The 27th?
That's right. That's right. It's coming up. And Lyra brought home, stuff from preschool. And this piece of paper is a journal. But I guess they do
A
journals.
journal?
I mean,
Don't they
that's
just
pretty
make like
advanced,
a hand turkey?
They do. She did do
Did
that.
a hand turkey? Yeah.
hand turkey.
Not this year, but
That's what I
in
call
years past.
jerking off.
It says, "What does your family do for Thanksgiving?" And she's drawn a picture of lots of things. And I
Yeah.
guess when asked, it says here the teacher has written to clarify, lots of spiders.
How many spiders do you normally have at Thanksgiving?
And well, we asked her about it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's just spiders. What
Spiders
do you want from me?"
everywhere.
Yeah. She was like, and then she told Jenna, she goes, "Well, I mean, maybe when it's dark, if I call him, a big spider will come." And
She's got a pet spider?
You better hope this is a fucking real spider. And
but
not
then
just
when
some
you start
creepy
to ask her
man.
about this stuff, she doesn't like to like. She goes, "I don't want to talk about that."
Yeah,
because
my daughter does that. How was school?
Yeah.
Don't ask.
Yeah, literally driving home in the car. How's your day? I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Actually,
that-
I was
Quite
doing
good,
that.
huh?
When I'm in hospital and they go, "What's your pain level?" I go, "I don't want to talk about that."
Yeah, and they're like, 10. It's a 10.
Do
Full
you have your
grump.
ID on you? I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Sir,
Is this your
have you
room?
been drinking? I don't want to talk about it.
So, Matt, you didn't finish. When asked about the spiders,
Oh, she
calling-
just said,
calling the
she
spider
just said-
at night?
She just said, yeah, it's just a picture of spiders. And it's like, yeah, okay.
That's what
all right.
you do for Thanksgiving.
Yep. And then down below it just says, Illyria eating pasta and crunchy treats that Mummy made. And we're pretty sure she just meant Cheetos. And
Right.
Mummy did
But
not
Mummy
make
makes
those. She
them.
just
Yeah.
got them from the shop. Yeah.
she doesn't need to know that.
But she poured them into the bowl.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, straight from the bag.
Ah.
She just gets shit out of it.
Matt, I'm sure you
can't stop her.
You have to ask a million questions, answer a million questions every day about just fucking everything. And I found myself the other day
Why?
just saying,
But
because
why?
that's how the man who made it thought was the best way to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't explain how a TV works. It just, that is
Yeah.
just the way smarter people than me decided to do it.
We're reading, the John Klassen, The Hat series. I know you know
I
what
love
that is.
those. We have
The
those.
books about- the one, This Is Not My Hat, where the fish steals the big fish's hat.
Yeah.
So many questions that aren't answered by the book. Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
did he steal the hat? Well,
It doesn't
he wanted
say.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it
it
says
didn't
he
fit the
liked
big
it.
fish and it fitted him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but you shouldn't steal. It's like, well, he knows that. He does mention that later on. We'll get to that. He knows you shouldn't, but he did it anyway.
Oh, let me read on. You'll find out. That's my biggest
Yeah.
thing right now.
And then,
yeah.
but the end of the book is ambiguous because the little fish steals the big fish's hat and goes into the reeds to hide, and the big fish goes in after him, and then
just
just
comes
comes
out
back.
with
You
the
just
hat
see the
back
big
on.
fish has got his hat back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
The little
she's like,
fish
and then
is
I'm like,
dead.
close the book, and Lyra's like, "What happened to the little fish?" And I'm like,
Big fish
well,
swallowed the little fish
I'm-
out.
he's
Did
fine,
you
I'm
read
sure
the
he's
other
fine.
one, the one with the bear, the I Want My Hat Back, where
Yes.
and in the it's not ambiguous. Like the bear kills the rabbit, and then someone comes looking for the rabbit, and the bear says, "I haven't seen a rabbit."
Yeah.
Do you have the one where the rock falls from the sky? I think it's called The Rock That Falls from the Sky.
No, I've got the
it's
other one about the turtles and the hats.
Fucking great. I don't have that
She
one.
asked questions about that too.
The turtle's in this though. The turtle's in The Rock That Falls
Okay.
from the Sky.
Isn't that
So is
just
the bear.
called
So is the rabbit.
Skyscraper. Couldn't they film it
Starring
as
The
well?
Rock. That was a good movie, and I won't have you say a word about it. No, in this, I mean, just The Rock falls from the sky. Weird stuff happens. But at one point, one just out of the fucking blue, one character just says to the other one, "Sometimes I like to think about what the future will be like," and then it's just sitting there. Two characters sitting there on the rock like they were before, but all the trees around them are dead, and there's this big eye with legs and a laser beam just fucking burning shit. And then the other one just goes, "I don't want to think about the future with you anymore."
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah. He's good though. I still won't read my daughter the fucking severed head
The
book.
skull.
Yeah, not
The
doing
skull. Yeah, she doesn't like that one. Well, she doesn't pick that one anymore.
I wonder why.
She liked it. She asked a lot of questions about that. But why?
it. I've started reading. Yeah, why are you reading this to me, Dad?
Everything. Yes. Just how it is, kiddo.
My daughter just asked, "Oh, why does Frodo get the ring in that story you made up and tell me at night?"
Yeah. See, I always feel like it's a cop out to just say, "Oh, I don't know, it's not in the book too." And I want to go with it, but then it's like, at what point am I like,
Just
you need
shut
to go
up.
to bed? Yeah,
Yeah.
go to sleep. You need to get through these books.
Why is
Just
the
5 book tickets.
worst thing children can learn?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's that
There's
phase
a
through
loop.
their life where that's the one question they will always ask for a couple of years. Why? But why? And there's no
Yeah.
answer to these. Because you get to the end of the but why, because there's a whole thing when you, with like testing, or incidents, the 5 whys. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? And then after the 5 whys, you get to the end. But children don't understand the 5th why. They want to keep going. And there's nothing.
Is that a
after
rule?
the-
Is 5 the magic number? You're like, listen, before you go on, I will answer you 5 times. Then I'm going to get a drink.
In incident management, there is a whole thing about the 5 whys, which is how
Right.
you get to the end of like why did
Okay.
this, why did this, and so, yeah, it is an actual thing. But yeah, children don't
Luke's done
understand.
training, formal training.
I give training, I don't do training.
Fair enough.
He receives gifts. He gives training.
Yes.
Oh, I did a training module recently about not receiving gifts. So I'm sure Luke's not allowed to receive gifts at work either.
I got in trouble for receiving. It wasn't a gift, but I mean,
It wasn't a gift. I
paid it for it.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing you receive.
Yeah,
At work,
a
I
gift
unwrapped it.
at a job that will remain unnamed just in case. This is a long time ago. I was in the IT department, and I was in charge of the printers. And you could scan the code on the printer toners to get reward things, and it was like a business thing.
Oh yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep.
But like nobody was doing it, so I just started doing it, and then I got a free printer from
Sure.
HP, and my boss found out and was really mad because he was
Oh.
like, "It's supposed to be for the company." I'm like, "What does the company want from this list of
Yeah.
home like personal printers?"
Yeah,
Like,
right.
things. I don't think it is supposed to be for the company. If you want me to not do it, I won't do it.
Well, technically, I'm pretty sure in the small print you're not meant to be doing it.
Yeah, but not for any good
Come and get
reason.
me, HP.
But not
Come
for
and
the
get
work.
me.
I think it's meant because I think those types of things meant to be for personal people, not if you're in a business. You're
Oh, I see what
getting
you're saying.
contracts and discounts, and so you're.
But not Matt.
Right.
Matt works in IT.
Well, I wasn't paying for them, Dan. He is right about
Okay,
that.
so I see.
Yeah.
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 They were just coming in as we ordered them. I was scanning or typing in the code.
Right.
I swear it was a business thing though. But anyway, I got in trouble. Got
We
told
had
no.
we had a thing at HMV when I worked there that only people in Australia and England will know that it's a record store. Where if you brought in, so I think it was 30 labels off of a bottle of Coke, you got a free Discman.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
people would just
30,
bring
yes,
in labels all the time. I'd be like, I think that's 30, and I'm like, it's 34, but I'm keeping these, and
Yeah.
eventually,
It's 4 to my tally.
yeah, that's right. I will be. There's one already under the desk for when I get enough, or if I don't, doesn't
When I
matter.
worked at Toys R Us, they had a competition for who could sell, like which store could sell the most Game Boy Colors. And they called me up. It was Game Boy Advance. It was one of the new ones. And they called up store and went, like, you're second at the moment. Like, if you just get your sales up a little bit more, you'll still manage to win this trip to America. And I'm,
Oh,
what do I get? Yeah. You're still managing to win a trip to America. And I, yeah, but what do I win? Like, I'm selling them.
your store manager
Store
gets the trip
manager.
to America.
Yeah. And I've gone,
What the-
oh, thank you. And then I
I'm gonna go home.
Game Boys.
And you know what? I was going to buy one because Game Boy Advance is one of the best handheld consoles ever made.
But yeah, it was just a bit of a kick in the teeth. Like, you're doing well, a little bit better. You're going to be even, but we're going to give it. You still manage to get a trip, but you get nothing.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, even if it was your whole team go, you could still see why that's an incentive.
Whole team, or not even just anything for the people
You've got
actually
to
doing the
incentivize
work.
the individual.
Yeah. Like, why call
Yeah,
me
yeah.
and tell me that my store
Everybody's
manager's going to
as
win a trip?
altruistic as we are.
I read a story this week that really tickled me. So, in the late 70s, in the Soviet Union, right? When video arcades were taken off in the West, someone high up in the Soviet state said, is this something we should be introducing to our young people, video arcades? So they hired this group of guys and they sent them to USA, UK, Japan, and continental Europe. And their remit was, go to as many arcades as you can, play as many games as you can.
What a job.
See if they might be stuff that you think.
Are they good?
And just write down as many things as you can about the ones that you think are good. Come back, describe them to our engineers who actually just mostly work in a munitions factory.
And remake them.
And they just made arcade games. So these guys just flew all over the world just playing arcade games. And then came back and
they ripped them
described the good ones and made rip-offs. Some of them are still out there. You can play them if you've got the MAME emulator. You can play some of these old ones.
Who would have a MAME emulator?
I don't think it's illegal, Luke. I don't think you have to look around.
Even if it is illegal, who's coming for you?
Putin.
Yeah, they're like, what's that fucking emulator? And where's my fucking printer?
Hey, speaking of games, finished one.
Ooh,
it's not.
I thought you might have finished one.
Spiral.
It's not a loop; it's a spiral. Yeah. And then I wanted to ask. Okay, so I'm talking about Alan Wake 2. I finished Alan Wake 2 and all the DLC and everything.
So finished only once.
Correct. And I was going to ask
you haven't really played it then,
because I know that you've played it twice, and now I know why you played it twice. I think that's because you played the final draft.
I did, yeah.
Which is what happens when you finish the game.
But it doesn't change a lot, does it?
The game doesn't change at all in any way, in any noticeable way. The game changed because I played it better the second time, and apparently there's different dialogue here and there that I certainly didn't notice, other than the final scene, which is totally different.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. I don't particularly feel like playing through the whole game again right now, but I was curious if it was worth it, like if it was different enough to warrant it.
It's just it's a new ending
because I could just look up.
Yeah, you could just watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially since the DLC's out now, because I wanted more content, play that. I know you're playing.
I think I played it all.
Quantum Break at the moment now.
3 Night Springs things.
Yeah, 3 Night Springs and 1.
Yeah, okay. I've done them all. Yeah, the Lake House. Lake House was good.
I've popped it on, and it's
terrifying, actually.
Yeah,
I still need to get to playing it. I need to do the DLC. I don't know why I haven't. I've been doing other things. We're playing another game that's on this list. We'll get to.
Oh, no, okay.
Oh.
Well, I'll just say, Alan Wake 2 is incredible. Everyone should play it. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
It really is.
Interesting game.
I can't wait to see what comes next. Like, I know Control 2 is next, which is going to be good to see how that sort of ties in a little bit more. I hope it's...
100%. It'll be Control 2. Part 1, you play as Alan Wake. It's definitely going to...
Yeah. Well, on that note, so I finished Alan Wake 2, and I had some things kind of in mind that I would want to play next. But then I was just like, I've got to do some more Remedy stuff because I'm curious. And I never played Quantum Break.
Great
It's
game.
on Game Pass. So I installed it. And I started playing Quantum Break, and it is a great game. It's fucking excellent. I
told you all at the time it was a great game.
Yeah, I bought it. I've got it queued up.
Good enough that I'm like, how the fuck did I not play this? And then also there's elements of it. So I mean, I won't spoil anything, but it's it's a time travel game, and you get time powers. And I can't believe this was a 360 game.
Yeah,
because there's some stuff in it where I'm like, how the fuck did this even work on the 360? Because
it was
there's a sequence, and it's good because it's like it's an action game in a way that Alan Wake isn't.
Long neck.
What's that? He's got a VB.
It is a long neck, yes.
It's an action game in a way that Alan Wake isn't. Yeah, it's all about.
It's more shooting,
it's like a shooter.
Right.
Yeah, but it's good. The action, the shooting and stuff is good, and you have time powers. But there's also like all the powers and stuff work in the story as well. Like they're just very good at that. And like there's a sequence or a few sequences, I assume. One in particular made me go, "Fuck!" Is like you go to a location, and because you've got time powers and time's a bit broken now. you see like this time lapse of what happened in that location, but just as you're walking around it, like in the game, there's like, you know, like in a movie where it's time lapse where the people like jump in and disappear, and then like really fast like time lapse where like it's just happening around you as you walk around.
So
the
your
game,
character's in normal speed, and everything else is going in.
But
cool.
the world is like cycling through time around you, and like objects like popping in and out, and people are like popping in and out, and it's
But you can really see like what they were planning.
It doesn't look. It looks like it's a new game.
Like what you can see what they were trying to do back then, and didn't. While it was a great game, it didn't quite work. Like with the live action and the thing, and
that is a bit jarring. Is that like I'll put the controller down and watch an hour of television?
Yes,
like
right.
I love the concept, but it is like a little bit like last night. I got up to one and I was like, I'm not watching this.
Not going to watch this
because it's not like it's not like 5-10 minutes. It's an hour. You got to sit there and watch.
But the stuff you do in the game affects what happens in the television show. Like small things too.
Yes.
Which is why...
Now, I don't actually know the story of this, but I'm okay for spoilers. But when you say television show, do you just mean casually the full motion video sequences, or there's a show within that?
Live action television show that you
like you'd be playing the game, and then... well, actually, in my case, what happened was I played through Act 1 of the game, and then it said, time to watch an episode of Quantum Break, the show.
Oh, okay.
And then it said, okay... unable to stream episode. It was like an error because apparently what you have to do now is download the DLC pack for the game that contains all the episodes, like 100 gig of episodes, because apparently there's just it's different depending on what you do. So there's just
it all has to be
gig
there.
of fucking video content.
Shit,
to download.
Yeah, you can see what they were trying back then. It didn't quite work because it was a bit jarring. But then you can see like it's leveled up, and then you get Alan Wake 2, which has that crossover, and it's not as jarring, and I'm now going to put my controller down for an hour type of thing.
But this also has video incorporated into it on screens and stuff like that. Because I told you there's that, and there's literally it's almost like a trailer for Alan Wake 2 that was made 8 years ago that just pops up on a TV in world as you're playing, and I was just like, oh, this is like they don't really say what it's just called Return in it, but it's like, oh, that's Alan Wake 2.
That's the name of Alan Wake's book.
That's what I mean. And I showed you, I sent you a screenshot. There's a blackboard in the university in the game that's got the plot of Alan Wake 2 written on it.
But also, it's Sam Lake as Alex Casey, right? Well, I assume it's
Sam Lake loves putting himself into everything.
It's Sam Lake, as Casey,
it.
and it's the same voice doing the voiceover. The guy who does the Alex Casey voice.
Yeah.
And it's
it was also one of the Max Payne. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not all, because they switched at some point.
Oh, okay.
I believe so. I believe they switched between 1 and 2, or did they only switch the face actor?
I'm not sure about that.
I think it may have been for 3, because 3 was a Rockstar one, whereas 1 and 2 were Remedy, and 3 was very different to the first 2.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but it was very different.
He was a shaved head with a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Well, he went down to South America.
Yeah, right.
You got to get a Hawaiian shirt. You got to do it.
Yeah,
we get the
too hot
remake
down here,
soon.
They make you do it.
We get the remake soon. Bring it on.
Well, look, I thought about playing Quantum Break because I also wanted to play some Remedy, but then I decided I need to commit to Control. I've started
I was going to do that, but then I was like, I've got to go back earlier in case it's all the tie-ins make more sense.
I suppose you're right. I didn't think of that. I don't know if Control's a good game or not.
It's weird.
Perhaps it isn't. But I'm enjoying it because it's a great story and it's a very imaginative game, very innovative. I don't know if it's a good game.
Like, there are great times when you get to a point where you go to the hotel and you got to work out what to do and change the lights and change pictures and do things.
That was great.
And then there's other things where in this building, it's not really linear.
And I'm just wandering around.
How do I get there again?
Fixing pipes and shit. And the map is infuriating.
Where it's like...
Which one?
The map... Well, Alan Wake 2, there's bits where the map is not as helpful as it could be because you go through a door and it takes you other side of the fucking world.
A million times worse.
It seems like maybe they got a handle on that.
But also Control, every time I'm taken out of the... Like, the asides, like the hotel, great. But then when I get sucked into that like training module world, occasionally I'm like, oh no, not more of this. Just let me play the fucking game.
So I think, what do we get? We get the Max Payne remakes, or is it Control 2 next?
Oh, Max Payne remakes, I think, surely that wouldn't take as long as...
Well, no, it's not. They're building it from the ground up. Like, it's not just a remaster. It's because I read when they're saying it was going to cost more than Alan Wake 2 to make it, which I didn't understand. But
the game design's already done.
Yeah,
Control Ultimate Edition will release on Mac in February 12th.
Control Ultimate Edition. I have that on the Xbox.
Yeah. So no, I'm not quite sure. Not sure when it's coming.
Have you seen those weird Xbox ads? This is an Xbox. I'm sure Luke's seen them.
I've
No.
They did this campaign where it's like, because I guess it's because now you can stream some Game Pass games and stuff like that. So I guess the campaign for that is like you can play it on anything.
Yeah.
But they're doing this weird ad campaign where it's like, it's a picture of a phone. It's like, this is an Xbox, and then like a TV. It's like, this is an Xbox, but then it's got a picture of a cat. It's like, this is a cat. And it's like, it's just, it's catchy.
It's such
it's just a
an
bit weird.
advertising agency idea.
Yeah.
Like I can just see the committee sitting around a table patting each other on the back for coming up with that.
But this is what I told everyone. That's Xbox's future. It's not.
Yeah, now
an
they're
Xbox.
into it.
It's play on
They said
anything.
you don't even, because I think, I'm not sure exactly what the criteria for this was, but I read that now you don't even have to own an Xbox. And I was like,
No.
did you have to before? I guess you did.
Yeah, now it's just, you can just, if you own the game, you can...
Yeah, you can just play it on whatever.
Yep.
Right.
So it's not like when Matt
my
streamed the
G-Cloud, I could just
PlayStation.
play Xbox.
Yeah.
It's just turn it on and play.
Pretty good.
What if you didn't own it, but you had Game Pass?
Well, you own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does that counts
you
as
could get
own?
Game Pass and
So
not own
you
the
don't
console,
own an
I guess.
Xbox, but you've signed up to Game Pass.
You get to play the
stream
game
them.
on Game Pass. And that's what I kept saying. Like, that's Xbox's future. They already know that consoles are around for one more generation, and then it's cloud. And they're going to be focused on cloud and PC. That's their future.
They're banking on it.
Speaking of consoles going and coming, though, your podcast with the two of you a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about why is Sega taking off their titles off of, and wouldn't it be great if they were just like, by the way, we've been working on a console, Master System 3.
That would be
Here it
great.
fucking is.
System 3. That would be amazing.
It would be. I'd have to get it, but no, they'd also give up on it in about 3 weeks.
No, they should call it Exodus because they've had Genesis. This should be Sega Exodus.
Sorry, no, that's a Mega Drive.
Yeah.
It's not a Genesis.
man.
Does Nintendo own Sega at this point?
Yes.
Oh, do they?
I think
Oh, okay.
no. I think they are still Sega's still their own thing
Okay.
because they publish like the Yakuza games and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they're
publisher.
not as it's not Sega and Nintendo anymore because you got isn't there a Sonic and Mario Olympics or something?
Is there? There's a crossover with Sonic and Mario?
Yeah, I think there's a couple. Yeah.
From Arch
Look, I
enemies
was
to
always
friends.
a Sega guy, but I'll admit Mario's a million times better than Sonic.
Yeah, game wise, I was same when I was a kid. I always played
Go as
Sega
fast
stuff
as you
and-
can. Get to the end of the level. What have you seen? Dunno, it was going too fast.
Yeah, Sonic doesn't hold up for me,
No,
to be honest. Trying to replay it in a way that Mario really does.
same, yeah.
Yeah,
Mind you,
Sonic
that
is-
first Sonic 3D, where it was not 3D, it was just isometric. But like that blew my mind. I was like, graphics can't get better than this. That is
We're
a
gonna get hate mail about
photorealistic Sonic the Hedgehog.
We're gonna get hate mail from Jim Carrey hating on Sonic.
Sonic.
I love that Sonic movie. I thought that was
The
a great
third
movie.
one comes out very
I've got to
soon.
watch it.
Fuck, I didn't see the sequel. Matt, have you seen the Mario Brothers movie?
No, I should watch
You
that.
gotta watch it. It's very good.
We watched Frozen the other day.
Frozen 2's better.
Is it? Interesting.
Still yet to see.
When I say
either.
we watched
I
Frozen,
like
I mean
it.
me and my daughter. I don't mean Jenna and I just watched Frozen.
I understand.
Just to
I understood
clarify
what you-
for
we
the-
knew what you
I'm just
meant.
clarifying for the audience.
I've been watching Encanto, which links back
yeah.
because it's got John Leguizamo in it, and he's very funny. and he was Mario. Although apparently he's ashamed of that because he's now come out and said
He was Luigi.
He's ashamed. Yeah, it was Luigi, but he said he I think he's Puerto Rican or Colombian or something. I'm sorry, don't write
Oh,
in.
he played in Italian.
But yeah, he doesn't like that anymore, and he wishes he could go back and delete all the roles where he doesn't play his own ethnicity.
But I love that movie, even though it's bad. It's a good bad.
Well, I don't know about that.
I think it
Well,
is.
Dennis Hopper's not a Koopa. He plays Bowser. Oh, is Bowser a Koopa? What is Bowser?
Or like just a really
What is
big
Bowser?
fat Koopa.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
You've got some Nintendo news.
Yeah.
They've finally weighed in and said, don't let your pets piss on your Nintendo Switch. That will probably break it.
So do they,
So
do they now
if
need
you
to
were
put a
wondering-
warning on there or something?
Yeah.
Because
If you were wondering.
Just pets piss, though, is it? I could piss on it and it'd be fine.
Yeah,
Human piss is
they've
okay.
just put up, for some reason, they've released a statement on X. Who knows what prompted this? But they put a statement up on X, aka Twitter, saying pet saliva and urine can cause the device to malfunction due to water exposure. If you have pets, be careful about where you place your Switch. Like under them.
Saliva, too, because it implies that your dog's playing it and it's getting so into it, it's fucking salivating. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
fucking, this is good.
is this
Oh,
maybe
cold
just the
little
person who runs the account who just went, shit. And they're trying to just tell it
Maybe.
By
what
the
everyone
way.
says.
They just got inundated with fucking warranty
Yeah.
claims. And it's like,
Why isn't this working?
Well, when I piss.
when I held it up, yellow liquid dripped out. Do you know anything about that? That's not mine.
Was it one of those
that must be dog
TikTok
piss.
trends or something? It was, like, get your dog to piss on your Switch. It surprised me.
I mean, I'm
doing
not on
sorts of
TikTok, but that's the kind of garbage that I assume is on
That's
it,
what
which
I
is
think
why I'm not
TikTok
on
is.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, was it when the
Dogs
Xbox,
pissing on Switches.
the Series X came out, people were blowing the vape into their Xboxes, and Xbox had to come out and say, don't do that.
This is the platform where people were fucking eating the fucking Tide
Tide
Pods.
Pods.
Like, what do we
That's right,
expect
yeah.
at this point? Fucking hell.
So I
I
actually...
saw there was...
oh, no,
Go on.
I was about to say, I just started playing a game today. I
Oh,
started
okay.
playing
All right.
Stalker 2.
Oh, good. Okay.
And?
I was going to ask if anyone had it.
Yes.
I'm about to uninstall it.
It's buggy, isn't it? I've heard.
Not good.
Not good
I've
because
heard
it's
what-
buggy or not good because it's not good?
I've heard it is good. It's just very,
Right.
very buggy.
Okay.
It's
Well, good,
buggy.
'cause-
It's,
oh,
to
wait.
me, it's unplayable at the moment. It's like
Really?
stuttery,
Yeah, right.
and
Oh,
I
that's
just
not good.
and I'm not that far in at all. But it's just sort of like can't get into it
I
because
was a big fan of Stalker.
and like my computer should be able to run it.
Yeah.
Like not in the highest
just-
settings, but it can run everything else under the sun. Like,
I read someone say that this is kind of tradition with the Stalker games, is that they come out and they're fucking unplayable, and then over time they become incredible.
I wasn't early adopting enough to know
yeah,
that about
evidently
Yeah,
there's
it's the
already
same.
people are already releasing patches for it to fix it for them. But this is not a game that
Oh,
should be
wow.
like that. It's
They've
not
had-
a.
they could have just delayed it.
Yeah,
I mean, got
So,
delayed anyway.
yeah. They should have delayed it longer. So yeah, at the moment I played like the first maybe 15 minutes, and I've just gone nah.
All right.
I fought two things.
Speaking
the
of
first
games
thing
that are
killed me,
apparently
and I'm
really
nah.
shit, fucking Assassin's Creed Japan is getting slammed.
Is it?
I don't think it's fucking bugs that's the reason that was shit. People are saying, like the people that have played have been like, nah, you can't release this.
They have released on that. They've finally released a patch for Star Wars. Remember the big thing about Star Wars
Oh, yeah.
Outlaws? The thing I
Yes.
was saying was it's a stealth game and it's not fun. They've now released
Yeah.
a patch which is for missions that are
The fun.
stealth. Go shoot. Like you can run
Oh,
in
okay.
shooting,
Oh, all right.
go crazy. Like they've actually rolled all that back to go. Yeah, we made a mistake with this being a stealth game.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I try to play most games stealthy anyway.
Yeah, but when you get caught, when you it's going to
Then,
get caught,
then it's just
it doesn't
like,
go
fucking,
game
you guys
over.
are all dead.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Oh, I
Star
see.
Outlaws,
Right.
you get caught, game over. Like go back to your
Oh,
last
okay. So it's
checkpoint.
more like Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
where that's it.
As opposed to
Mission
how I
failed.
play
Someone
games.
saw you.
Sneak in until I get fined, and then everyone has to die because of him.
Outlaws is on sale now for Black Friday next week,
No.
but it's not on sale enough. Really, I don't
yeah.
think for me.
Not
based
for,
on what I've
not
heard
for
about
the
it.
reviews. Yeah.
Look,
Exactly.
this is where I'm actually sort of starting to like Ubisoft Plus.
Oh yeah,
Like
'Cause you
it's
can just play stuff.
$20 a month, and I've got the Ultimate
That's a
Edition.
lot, Luke.
That's too
What?
much. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's too
I
much
know.
for just Ubisoft.
But the Ultimate Edition of Star Wars Outlaws is $200.
Well, I'm not going to buy that version.
Yeah, definitely not.
The
gonna buy
Ultimate
that.
Edition of the new Assassin's Creed is going to be $200. Like I've made my money back
won't
off
be buying that
playing
either.
one game.
No. Jesus Christ.
I think it's $50 right now. Outlaws here in the sale, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's not cheap enough because that's at least
No.
$75 for us.
And I want Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox. I think I talked about this the other week. I learned you can move your saves between devices, and so if I can play it on
Okay.
that, I'll play it more because I just don't play games on my computer very often.
Luke and I discussed this last week. We both
Yeah.
want to play Baldur's Gate. You've never played it, right, Luke?
I've never played it.
No, neither. I have not
So,
purchased
well,
it.
I want it to go on sale on Xbox, and it's on sale on the PlayStation right now.
Yeah,
Because I've
but
seen
yeah.
that, and I was like, oh, and keep checking the Xbox. It's not on
Okay.
sale.
Oh, so
check
you
my
bought it on
wish
PC?
list.
You're playing it on PC?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was. Yeah,
Oh,
because it
you-
wasn't out on Xbox.
Right, yes.
Yeah, no, it's still full price, even though they've got their Black Friday sales.
Yeah. So I'm annoyed by that because I thought, oh, maybe it's not going to go
What's
on
full
sale. But then I
price
saw it's on sale
Australian?
on the PlayStation.
It's like 120.
Oh, see, yeah, that's expensive. Even if it's really, really good, that I just
The thing is, it's one of those games. There's so much to it. It's like it probably is worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are sure.
My
you
fear
wanna
is
play it.
I won't play it.
yeah, same.
Like, 'cause it is
Or I
such
won't
a
play it
big
enough.
game.
Yeah.
Like it is definitely it's worth the money. But
Yeah.
if that
That's
was
what
the
I'm saying.
only
It
game you
is.
were going to buy this year,
Yeah. Like when we were kids.
yes, you get one choice, two choices if you're lucky, and that was it.
Police Quest. Fucking, what do I do now?
Flashback for me.
Oh, flat. Yeah, yeah.
That was my
Well,
game.
like,
Oh, yeah.
how do we make the game just like endlessly playable? Make the controls completely unintuitive, so that learning how to control it is half the fucking battle.
That was a factor back then. You don't want to make it
I never
too
finished
easy.
when I was a kid. I finished that for the first time this year.
But also,
Yeah,
look
right.
at that. Like, game like that just releases. It's fine. Stalker has been
Yeah.
in production for years. The biggest thing's coming out. Doesn't run. And there's one that the Flashback didn't get a, oh, we'll just patch it later. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was no
One
such thing as
shot.
patches in those days.
Well, they had to be sure it worked, I guess.
But you do,
Or
I remember
if
playing
any
some
bugs
game-
in there, that's just the game. Like,
That's-
I remember
that
seeing
is- yeah,
there'll be
exactly.
like placeholder text in places and, well, shipped.
They did sometimes release like updated, cartridges and stuff like that, but you would never know.
No,
no,
just,
as a home
wouldn't know
user.
if you had it
Oh, yeah.
already.
it's just, if you were lucky enough to buy that one, you got that one, but
It's the
you just
different
learned to
revision
live
of
with
the board inside. Yeah, exactly. It didn't look any different.
The only other game I played a little bit of this week, and I only played a tiny bit, and I got it on sale on Steam. It's called A Little to the Left. Have you seen this game? No. You just tidy up.
Oh, okay.
And it's just supposed to be this cozy little game to just kind of...
Oh, don't say cozy. I hate games.
It's how it's described in every...
I know they're all described that way. It annoys me.
Yeah.
Cozy scribbling game.
Yeah.
Scribble on things.
So this is like, what it is, like, there'll be like 3 pencils and there'll be a skew, and you've got to just get them like that. Yep, level complete. And then the next will be like so there's like an empty basket and there's some cat toys next to it. You pop it in, level complete. You just
Right.
tidy up. You just neaten up. Not even tidy. A few pieces of paper. You pile them on each other. No, not complete. Oh, you pile them on with the biggest one on the bottom and the smallest one on top. Level
So
complete.
you picked that up on
you got to
Steam?
figure out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. You could have just played it on Game Pass.
Yeah, but I'm not going to play it on the Xbox, you know?
It works well on the Xbox. I had to double
Yeah, but
check
I'm
it was
not
full
gonna-
on Game Pass.
I'm
but
not
that's
going to
how I
turn on my
played it.
Xbox to play this. This is something that I'm going to have on while I'm working or something.
When you need to relax.
Yeah.
Get a bit zen.
But no, it is just a nice little game where you just match things, and you can match things in different ways.
Yeah, I get the feeling that there's... Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it.
Oh, you played
After
it?
finishing it. Yeah.
Did you finish it?
Finished
No, you didn't finish
No.
it.
Came with achievements. Of course you played it.
Pencils
for the guide to be
straight
finished.
achievement.
Hey, I'm still 6th in Australia, which is amazing because I haven't been playing games that much.
6th. Fuck. That's impressive. That's
To
very
let you know what
impressive.
I'm in the world.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't checked my world ranking in a while.
Number one, maybe.
In the world,
You never know.
148.
Shit, that's still all right.
That's
a lot of people
fucking
in the world.
good.
Yeah.
That,
I'm
is-
not.
that is... No.
I did
Anywhere
not
near
know I
that.
cracked 150.
148th in the world. Yeah, ring them up. They need to be giving you some free shit at this point.
Free shit, or just put me on a list. I don't want free stuff from Xbox. Just
on a list.
the next time you
Not that
release
list.
something,
Not
Yeah,
that
not
list.
that
let
list,
me
yeah.
buy it.
Feds.
Let me buy it without worrying about that I might not get it.
Look
Like
at
the
the list
Xbox
right next
Series
to P.
X.
Diddy.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, like I could maybe to make top 100. That's not actually too crazy.
Oh, he's getting ideas now.
250,000 away.
How many Australians are in that top 100? Like, could
5.
you go from fifth? So you're 6th, right? So you just need to get to 5th and you'd be in the top 100.
Looking at it, yes.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Just fucking do it. Just do it right now. Do it after this.
What are you doing this podcast for? Go do that.
Well, because it costs money.
That's all he
and
does
time.
other than this podcast, Matt.
Good point.
It's money and time. Not free to do
Yeah.
it, and it's a lot of time with some of this stuff. Except for the ones where I cheat.
Oh,
So you
use
do
the C word. He used the C word.
Whoa,
Cheat.
okay.
No, it's not cheat. But like today, I brought 3 copies of the same game
On different platforms.
on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Windows.
But do you still have to
Fucking hell.
play it 3 times?
I have to play it 3 times.
Okay, I don't consider that cheating.
I'll get 3,000
Console
gamer
commands,
score.
that's cheating.
Yeah.
No console commands, but you get all the achievements in about 15
No, but
minutes.
you got to play it 3 times. To me,
Yes.
that counts. That's fine. That
Yeah,
you know,
no
you can do
console
that.
command. Not like Fallout 3.
Why would you
Fallout
cheat
4.
Fallout 3?
I had to do it in Fallout 3 because it kept crashing.
Oh. Bethesda's another game series where you you probably don't want to play it on day one unless you really need
Yeah,
more time.
yeah,
But we
yeah.
all do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a few
Well,
of them
actually,
we
the
have.
funniest stories come from the bugs in
Yeah.
Bethesda games, I find.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, still need to go back. I need to go back to Starfield. Did you see? Phil
Yeah, I
Spencer
keep forgetting
came
that
out
game
this week
exists.
and actually said, "We know what we did wrong with Shattered Space. We released a buggy too early. They should have released a buggy with this game. He thinks people would like Shattered Space more.
That's not why I thought it wasn't fun.
That's what Phil says.
All right. Yeah, I should go back to that game at some point.
I don't know. It's
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just I forgot it existed,
yeah,
It just wasn't.
which I guess means I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
it just wasn't compelling. Like it just didn't make you want to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
it.
It was fine
Man, when
I was doing it,
Skyrim
but then-
came out, I know I keep harping on about Skyrim 15 years later.
So that's all I could think about.
But I would sit at work all day going, fuck, I wish I was at home playing Skyrim.
Yeah,
Like,
I was back in the mountains fighting
yeah.
someone.
I remember seeing
that's
someone.
my real life. This is my shitty pretend life.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
The real world is Skyrim.
I remember someone doing a report on it, and they were doing like with the map, like on the Skyrim map, like you could find something if you walked in the direction, you'd find something in 30 seconds. On Starfield, it'd be like 3 minutes till you ran into something, which was
Yeah,
like
just a bunch of
there's
loading
nothing
screens
there.
and stuff. Yeah,
But there was always something like in Skyrim. There's always something on the
That's-
map. I could go here.
Yes,
and there's
you're
this,
right, you're
and
right.
This.
because you'd be like, I'll just do this thing, and then you'd go, okay, I'm done. And then, oh, what's that little icon that popped up?
Yeah.
Look at what that is. Yeah,
And it was all
Starfield
close
doesn't
enough
have
that you could just, I'll go do it. Whereas
Yeah,
Starfield,
it's
The
Starfield,
last
I
time
was
I
like,
played
I'll
through
do that tomorrow.
Skyrim, I made a personal rule that I wasn't allowed to unlock a location and then ignore it. If I unlocked a new location, I had to explore.
there's so many of them.
and he's still playing.
And I
right
didn't
now.
finish it, for sure, no.
Just quickly, Silo's back.
Oh, it is? Has
And-
I'm
anyone
going to wait
watched it
till
yet?
it's all out, though. No.
Yeah,
I
only
don't
the
do
first
one for
episode's
one.
out. Okay, yeah, we watched it. It's good.
Well, I'm gonna
Last
watch
night I
it.
started watching
And
the
spoil
first
it for
episode
Dan.
of the third series of From, which is
Oh, yeah.
very good.
Shannon watches that.
But I was waiting for it to
Never
all come
watched
out.
it.
I think you'd like it. It's like
Yeah.
Stephen King. It's
Yeah.
The Stand, but it's like it's Stephen King.
Okay. Yeah, Jenna said I'd like it, but I don't have time.
No, fair enough. I was going to ask you both if either of you had seen Baby Reindeer.
No.
Have we talked about
That's
this
the one
already?
with the stalker.
I think you mentioned it. You mentioned that it's got something questionable in it
I just
a while ago. I
yeah.
can't remember exactly what, but I remember
it
you brought
honest
it up.
to God really disturbed me.
Was that the
And-
one
Yeah,
where it was like there's this comedian who sleeps with someone and then she starts stalking him? or
That's sort of
something?
it. So
It's actually a true story, I believe.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You said it's supposed to be a comedy, but there's a rape in it.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
like
I remember you
like a
saying.
male on male rape, right?
Oh.
And
Like I'm interested.
oh, now perhaps I'll check it out. Yeah, so look, here's the thing. It's very well made, and it's very funny because it's about a comedian, and he's not a very good comedian, so you hear his bad jokes, and it's very funny.
Right.
But then it just turns really fucking dark when he's like getting raped and you see it, and I was just like, I don't want to watch him get raped. I like him, and it's a true story.
You're like,
right?
you're like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I guess this is not a comedy anymore. And I kind of both want you to watch
My
it
sense of
because,
humour seems to be broken.
yeah, just like his anus. The anus is a metaphor. But it's British, not American, so I think you both
Which was a
like
metaphor.
it. And, but just also, I just don't want to be the only one who was really disturbed by it.
All right, I've been meaning to
Like, I'm
watch
not
it. It
afraid
pops
of
up every
ghosts
now
or
and again.
anything, right? I'll watch the creepiest horror movie, but I
ain't
don't want to
afraid
get
of
I am
raped.
afraid of getting raped
Don't want to be raped, right?
by ghosts.
By anyone.
Dan Aykroyd was
Yep.
raped by a ghost. True story.
True
He says.
story.
Do you know what I've been watching? Just British comedy, just quickly. And I always do this. Would I Lie to You? It's probably just one of my favourite television shows of
it's
all
good.
time. And I've just been watching clip compilations because it's
Yeah.
so good. And I don't understand how Lee Mack is so good. I don't understand how his brain works.
So
Because he
quickly.
is-
Great.
Yeah, amazing.
His sketch
Amazing. Like
comedy
David
show,
Mitchell. I
The
love David
Sketch
Mitchell
Show,
too.
was great.
Yeah, that's the one with the bald guy as well, right?
It was just called
I
The
remember that.
Sketch Show. Yeah.
I don't understand how he's so fucking quick. Because I love David Mitchell. He's also very quick. But Lee is just like,
He's a machine.
bam,
Comedy
instant
machine.
with like a massive zinger. And it's like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Unless it's edited.
Even if it is, mate. Coming up with
Yeah.
that many, even with 5-minute gaps in between, is still impressive.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It's, I was outside a pub and there was a cat stuck up a tree. Where was the pub? Next to the tree. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
he's just
Great.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And he did his book of records
Is he? For the
darts.
most jokes in. For what?
for darts.
is he?
So I think he got like the most bullseyes or the most like triple 60s in a minute or something. Or something like that.
Is he an
He's got a
avid
few
darts
records.
player or was it a fluke?
No, he's a big darts player.
Right. Huh. Wow.
Anyway, highly recommend it. If anybody out there has not watched Would I Lie to You? Also, 9 out of 10 to Cat. All British comedy
Yeah, all of
stuff,
those.
I guess.
Oh,
It's just
I've
so
been
much
watching
better.
clip compilations of QI this week randomly too.
Ah, I was doing that too. That's how I got back on
So fucking good.
Would I Lie to You, because I was watching David Mitchell on that.
Yes, and then you go down to the David Mitchell rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Have you seen his new
Fucking love David
detective show that's apparently great?
No.
You don't know about this?
No.
Hold on. David Mitchell plays a detective.
Love
I thought he kind of stopped doing stuff but gone just stuck to panels.
No,
Because I hadn't
no,
seen anything for a
No,
while.
it's called.
People also ask, these things on Google. Is
Yeah.
David Mitchell's wife Japanese?
What?
Is she?
She is.
I don't know
But
who he's
it's just
married
odd
to.
that people are like typing that into Google.
Yeah, they really want to know.
like they've seen a photo and they're like,
Yeah,
"Is she
not who is his wife.
Japanese?
Is that lady a Japanese lady? It's called Ludwig.
Oh.
John Taylor lives a quiet solitude designing puzzles for a living under a nom de plume of Ludwig. When his identical twin James disappears off the face of the earth, John takes over his brother's identity in a quest to discover his whereabouts.
Oh, I've got to watch this.
Okay.
Yeah, that does sound good. I might bump that up the list.
There you go.
Okay, I might give it a try.
Yeah. Speaking of giving things a try, listeners, why don't you give the after party a try?
Are we
What
already
have you
there?
got to lose other than 5 minutes? I mean, 5 minutes.
$5.
It'll last for
5
longer than
minutes.
5 minutes. That's what I
Yeah.
tell everyone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Go on.
I tell them
What have you got
Not
to
kept.
lose? I've given you your $5, and I promise it'll be last longer than 5 minutes.
She's like, I don't care.
Yeah, actually, quicker the better for the $5 job, doll.
Oh, yeah, I can squeeze more in a
Yeah,
night.
right, big spender.
Go to patreon.com.
Go to Great Western Highway /
Oh,
that's
patreon.com / multiple nerdgasm. For $5 a month, you can get the after party. For $1 a month, well, you can sign up on there for free, and you get the show in audio and video format delivered to you in your inbox. For $1 a month, you can get the show slightly early, and you'll get bonus stuff, and you can have a submit.
I've started
questions
doing
and
that actually.
fuck
I've
around
signed
stuff.
up to a bunch of Patreons on the free level just because you get
Get
the
updates and stuff like
correspondence
that.
and then it also entices me. Like I do want to support you, and maybe I will at some point. Entice me.
Yeah, and I do that too. And yeah, it's more reliable than the YouTube algorithm for letting you know when stuff gets released.
Yes, it is.
Also,
yeah.
And then for $5 a month, you get the after party, which is where we keep talking for I don't know
Who
how
knows?
long.
However long we want.
Yeah,
Yep.
at least 10-15 minutes, probably more than that. Sometimes it's longer.
I mean,
than
there's a
this
few
show.
follow-ups, and there's a few gigs over the week, so you've got that to look forward to.
And we'll see you there. Hopefully, join us.
Join us.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.